G'day, I'm Brendan and this is Sarah. Along with our two kids, Brody and Charlize, join us on our epic adventure when we set sail on our 48-foot privileged catamaran named Excelsior. So sit back, relax and enjoy as we bring you the good, the bad and the ugly of sailing the east coast of Australia.
More information.
Being so far out at sea and with no internet, it was up to the first mate to come up with the kids' lessons for the day.
Dude, you're speaking too fast. I'm writing it down. About the noun or pronoun.
The kids' schooling is typically done online through a program called the Khan Academy, coupled with a full curriculum plan designed by Sarah. We'll delve more into the homeschooling in a later episode for those interested.
Adjectives.
Wish my school teacher looked like that. Set sail from Lady Musgrave today. We had a ripper of a stay. Winds weren't exactly what they told us they were going to be, which they never are. It was quite strong for most of the stay. We had a couple of days there where it just glassed out and we went to the beach and did some diving and it was fantastic, so no complaints. We're heading for Fitzroy Reef today and there's not much wind about. It's only about, what's it blowing, 8 knots I think, if that, 6.5 knots, so 4.5 over grand, which means she's going to be a slow sail, but we don't mind today. We've sort of got plenty of time to get there. High tide's not until 3:30 and at the moment this has got us getting there at 2:30, so it couldn't be any better. The whales were going off this morning. Sarah got some great photos of some whales breaching just as we came out of Lady Musgrave. It's just stunning. This place is just unbelievable. I love it. Dolphins, fish, whales, manta rays, you name it, it's almost untouched. Except for the spearfishing. There's not much in the way of decent sized fish around, whether it's the wrong season or it's been pretty heavily hit. We're not really sure, but we didn't have much luck there. Our mates Stray Cat are just up in front of us. Debbie and Steve. Steve actually built his boat from scratch on his own. And it goes like a rocket, so we're going to hope and hell are keeping up. We'll see them for a beer later on this afternoon. Highly recommend Musgrave. Absolutely just the most beautiful anchorage, most beautiful lagoon. The bommies all throughout. At one stage there, we could just step off the back of our boat and go for a dive. It was unbelievable. So highly recommend it. If you haven't done it, get out there and have a look. Or just sell everything, quit your job, buy a boat and do what we did. Once again, we're escorted from one beautiful anchorage to another by our little mates in the water. What a spot. Here we are, we've finally made it to Fitzroy Reef. We followed Stray Cats in. It's been a slow sail, but it's been magic. As you can see, it's just the calmest conditions out here today. It's only about 6 or 7 knots of breeze. We had to turn the motors on in the end. We just weren't moving. But that's the reef there. I'm not sure if you can see the GoPro, but got to come around to the northeast, and then there's a little channel in there which we've obviously never been in before. I've heard it's a bit of a tricky one, a bit of a dog leg on it, but Apparently it's deep and got the width to get this big girl through. I guess we'll find out anyway. Probably be here for a couple of days, I reckon. See if we can get a couple of fish, and then it'll be off to Gladstone for us, I think. We'll see what the weather does. There's talk of a couple of days' time from now, some pretty serious wind coming in, so whether we nick off before that gets here or we wait it out, we're not really sure yet. But yeah, we'll just play it by ear and see what happens. Look at the conditions. Absolutely beautiful. It's about time too, because God, we've had some shit. This is just magic. About a metre of swell just rolling in from the southeast. Really spread apart. This is the good stuff. This is the good stuff. Love it. We'll catch you inside the reef. The entrance to Fitzroy is quite simple if you pick your tides and conditions. It's narrow and has a dogleg turn in the middle, but still a very short entrance, so it's all over quite quick. After an anticlimactic entrance to the lagoon, we once again found ourselves in a stunning anchorage surrounded by coral reef and an abundance of marine life. Fitzroy Reef attracts a wide variety of vessels, from sailing yachts to big game boats and everything in between. One small problem we noticed though was the big game boats, after a successful day out, would come back into the anchorage and gut and clean their catch for the day, throwing it overboard, attracting some rather large and very excited sharks. I know it's sometimes hard to do, but please try and leave your frames and scraps outside the anchorage so everyone can enjoy a safe time in the lagoon. After a beautiful sunset and a calm night at anchor, it was time to jump in the dinghy and explore this reef. We couldn't believe our luck. No sooner had we reached the western end of the lagoon, the wind dropped right off and we were treated to a complete glass out.
Check out this guy.
Looks pretty good to me.
I think it's okay.
You're okay.
And Dad just jumped in without a shirt and just some boardies on and just made a big red emperor.
I love the way she talks to us through a snorkel. Go on, in you go.
I'm not getting in until you get in, because I'm not getting cold until.
Trapdoors here. Hey man, don't hurl on the shell, I just waxed it.
Alright, get in.
Shall
Get in.
Josh, please. The following day, we opted for a sunrise departure of the lagoon to head for Gladstone and reprovision. After leaving the lagoon, we were greeted with multiple pods of humpback whales breaching and playing as we set the sails. See you, stray cats. See you guys in the Keppels. Steve, I'm filming you, filming me, filming you. And the whale just flipped us off.
Oh, the baby just flipped us off.
The whale's British now, love. I know. When I go fishing, I usually sit on a chair and hold the line out in front of me. What do you do? How do you fish?
Just hold it out in front.
How do you usually go fishing? You don't fish? Yeah. Well, this is how Brody does it. How's the fishing going, mate? Just put me off. Oh, our subscribers are going to go from 400 to 6,000. Nope. So we had a crack this morning at leaving Fitzroy for Gladstone. That didn't go well. We were met with 20 knots on the nose, 2 metre seas on the nose, swell on the nose, and it was shit. So we turned around and came back, and now we're drowning our sorrows with a little bit of rum.
In paradise.
Thanks, Belly. We needed it today. Yeah. I think there's worse places to be stuck though. So we're not going to start complaining just yet. Hey, good morning. Hello. Where are we going? We're going from Fitzroy Reef to Gladstone, take 2. We had to go yesterday, and it was absolutely horrendous. We pulled out of the reef, and we met with 20 knots on the nose from the west, 1.5 metre swell from the west as well, an outgoing tide. Everything was against us. We were motoring with sails, and we were doing maybe 3 knots and just getting annihilated. So we made the decision to turn around and head back, which was a tough decision, but it's the right one in the end. We got up this morning and had a look at the weather, and we had a bit of a look at it yesterday, and knew it was going to be better today. They had forecast 15 to 20 out of the south with 2 metres of swell, but they were sort of saying that was around Fraser more than here. But yeah, look, it's not too bad. They never quite get it right. We got 7 knots of breeze from the south and about 1 metre of swell out of the south as well, which is good because we're going straight across. We're basically on a heading of 240. Problem with there not being much wind is we're motoring again. We seem to always find ourselves with too much wind and too much swell, or not enough wind. So anyway, I'm sure we'll get it right eventually. But we got 7 hours to go from Fitzroy to Gladdy. And yeah, it's gonna be a long day. Not for Sarah though. What are you reading?
For the second time.
She's giggling because he's talking about a place where we used to live, Brackenridge and Brighton, and how rough it is, and it's obviously changed a little bit now that Sarah's moved out. It's much more peaceful. Anyway, we'll update you later when we get into Gladdy. if we can get any Gladdy. We haven't had any internet for 2 weeks. It's been good. Funny thing is, I actually, it's what's sad. I pick up my phone and I open like 6 different apps and none of them work. I'm like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. It's a really shit habit we've obviously got ourselves into, but yeah, for the last couple of days we didn't even know where our phones were. We've just been diving, which has been spectacular at Fitzroy.
Calm conditions on passage means we can throw a couple of snags and some onion on the barbecue and treat ourselves to a hot breakfast.
Oh yeah. And he's on.
Come on, big fella.
You got this, bro. This is your fish.
Lift and reel. Lift and reel. That's it. You just keep doing that, buddy. You got to make headway on that. Lift and reel. Attaboy. Cha-cha. Cha-cha, go get the net, baby, just in case it's something we don't want to keep. I don't want to hook it. Just lift it, sweetie. I can see it. It's a tuna.
You got a tuna,
what?
Brody. You got your first tuna.
Oh, it's fighting. Oh.
Is it a mac?
Oh, it's a blue tuna.
Oh!
Give me the net. Oh, here it is.
Chacha, get the net. Do we not want to keep it?
I don't know yet.
Yay!
Wait, let me go check it on the calendar.
Oh, I can't feel my arm.
I think it's a, what is it?
Mac tuna, well,
I think it's a mac tuna. Not very good eating, but they're good.
Can we let him go?
Yeah, we can. We're gonna get Bros Daddy to
If we're
hold
not
up.
going to eat him, let's let him go.
Jesus, honey.
Oh, good job, buddy.
You can, they're just not very good eating. Well done, give him a kiss and let him go. See you, Mr. Tuna.
I can't feel my arm.
Just approaching Gladstone. This port's insane. The ship's in here. I've seen it on videos before, but I didn't realise just how ridiculous it was. Check this out. There is just ships everywhere you look. Unbelievable. Obviously the conditions are ridiculous. We got about 10 mile out and had to drop the sails. There is 0 wind. I think at one point there I was showing 0.8 of a knot from the east. So this is what we've been met with coming into Gladstone. Unreal. And it was supposed to be, the forecast was 15 to 20 knots from the south until late this evening. So nailed it, guys. The Bureau on fire. I'm not going to complain though, because this is better than having 15 to 20 knots from the south, so it's all good.
Thank you so much for watching, and as always, if you've enjoyed this video, please click the subscribe button. If you want to be notified of upcoming videos, then click the bell to receive a notification. Join us on our next episode as we leave Gladstone for the Great Keppel Islands. Stay safe, and we'll catch you out there.